Specter and Sestak, it's easy to forget there is another Senate primary race.
There sure is. The Republican Senate nomination is between former Congressman Pat Toomey and Peg Luksick.
Pat Toomey greeted supporters in Westchester this week. Polls indicate he is expected to win the Republican Senate primary over opponent Peg Luksick. But this isn't exactly the race Toomey envisioned.
Yeah, I initially thought I was running against Arlen Specter.
It was only 6 years ago that then Congressman Pat Toomey ran against incumbent Senator Specter for the Republican nomination. Toomey nearly beat Specter, losing by only 2% of the vote.
We had a very strong performance today, and I think it sends a strong message.
Specter seemed to get the message. Sensing he wouldn't survive another primary battle, Specter switched parties from Republican to Democrat for the 2010 campaign.
He switched because he thought that was his ticket to getting reelected, and the only thing that really matters to him is his own reelection.
Toomey, out of Congress since 2004, is positioning himself as an anti-Washington candidate.
The biggest issue in this whole election is getting the federal government back on track, to live within its means, to end the bailouts of failing companies, encourage job growth in the private sector, and get spending under control.
At a Westchester hotel a few days later, Toomey's challenger, Peg Luksick, greeted a much smaller crowd, 5 people, counting our producer. But Luksick doesn't let small numbers concern her.
Conservatives work, so during the middle of the day it's harder to get them out.
Luksick is pro-life, champions free markets, states' rights, and a strict interpretation of the Constitution. Luksick hopes that those ideals and her grassroots campaign will draw Republicans.
The latest polls show that about 70% of Republican voters are saying that they're still undecided. That's in spite of the fact that Pat has spent about $3 million, has been on every national news media, and is always listed as the presumptive nominee.
Both Toomey and Luksick say the Tea Party movement has galvanized people who never were interested in politics before. Whoever wins the Republican nomination will run against either Democratic Congressman Joe Sestak or incumbent Senator Arlen Specter. Recent polls show Toomey would beat either Democrat and head back to Washington, but it is a long way until November.
And we will have complete coverage of this race and all the others on Tuesday.
We'll be right back.
For Democrats, the best choice for Congress, Doug Pike.
Big Pike!
Doug Pike. He's the Democrat with the best experience, the best plan to create jobs. 1, focus on helping small businesses. 2, improve Pennsylvania's roads and bridges. 3, clean up Wall Street.
Big Pike!
No wonder Doug Pike is supported by teachers, nurses, and working people throughout our region.
Nothing is more important than getting jobs created. I'm Doug Pike, and I approve this message.
Yeah!
It's the Chevy Spring Event, and everyone deserves a car they can count on. One that's backed by a 100,000-mile powertrain warranty and named a Consumer's Digest Best Buy 2 years in a row. Discover Malibu for yourself and see why over 1,000 people a day are switching to Chevy.
During the spring event, qualified lessees now get a 27-month low-mileage lease on this Malibu LS for around $199 a month. Call for details. The switch to Chevy starts at ChevyDealer.com.
It's the final days at Ashley Furniture Home Store. You pay half, we'll take care of the rest. This Sealy stateside Euro pillow top queen set, now $489 with free delivery and setup. It's the final days at Ashley Furniture Home Store.
I just told him, do your best. Build a car you're proud of. Of course, winning's not bad either.
The Subaru Forester, the most award-winning small SUV. Isn't it nice when honest virtues win?
Get 1.9% financing on the 2010 Forester. Visit your local area Subaru dealer for a test drive.
I'm Joe Sestak, the Democrat. I authorize this message.
My change in party will enable me to be re-elected.
For 45 years, Arlen Specter has been a Republican politician.
Arlen Specter is the right man for the United States Senate. I can count on this man. See, that's important. He's a firm ally.
But now,
my change in party will enable me to be re-elected.
Arlen Specter switched parties to save one job. His, not yours.
Take a Ram Heavy Duty, unanimous winner of Motor Trend's 2010 Truck of the Year.